I'm Bob Hallmark in Wood County today. Let's talk about the heat. We're all, as humans, trying to stay out of it as much as possible, and we are not the only ones doing that right now. If you live out in the country or if you live in the city, you may experience this. Critters, insects, and vermin such as mice and rats also trying to get out of the heat, and more important, look for water as well. Now, this is not something that is unusual. When it gets into triple-digit heat, animals will look to get cool, and they'll also look for a water source. And that's why we have called upon the expertise right now of Jared Lundmark with Jennings Pest Control.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me a little bit. I guess this is a truism. You know, as much as we want to get out of the heat, the animals and insects are doing it as well.
Absolutely. So not only is it the extreme heat, it's also the lack of water. You know, I can't even remember the last time we've gotten rain here in East Texas. So as long as there's, you know, high temperatures and low rainfall, you're going to see an influx and critters and pests in your home and such.
Right. Now, it's not unusual for a lot of us. I know I've done it myself to have insects and mice get into the house. Even if your house is well sealed and well protected, somehow they find a way in.
Yeah, so with rodents, you know, your rats and your mice, it actually only takes them 1/4 of an inch to get into your home. To put that in perspective, that's about the width of a pencil. So that's all it takes. Yep.
All right, so they can flatten out and
they'll squeeze through. Yep.
Insects require much less space to actually get in.
Yes.
The more important thing is this heat is probably not going to go away anytime soon. So what do people need to do, I guess, to protect themselves?
So, you know, to protect yourselves in your home, I would highly suggest, you know, calling your local exterminator. You know, you can do it yourself. Now, if you do it yourself, you got to be careful. A lot of pesticides out there that, if you're not mixing right, can be really harmful for not only the environment, but, you know, for your kiddos and your pets. So you can do it yourself, but, you know, that's why we kind of recommend just calling somebody.
Now, Pier and Beam's Homes, which is what this is right here, a Pier and Beam home, I'm guessing you probably look at this and there's probably access on Pier and Beam Homes, right?
Yes, so on a Pier and Beam home, it's going to be a lot easier for insects, rodents, water bugs, or some people call them American cockroaches. It's going to be a lot easier for pests like that to get into your home, and it's a good spot for them to get, you know, on homes like this, because usually there's moisture and stuff. So, you know, if you live on a Pier and Beam home, you're probably going to be more susceptible to having bug issues. Doesn't mean if you live in a typical slab you're not. You just probably going to have worse issues.
And there's any kind of critters that can get in. I've even heard of people that have had snakes actually get under their homes and that sort of thing. So obviously you want to take care to you know, if you're watching.
So as far as snakes go, there's a whole bunch of, you know, snake repellents and stuff. The best thing to do for snakes really is to start with their food source. I mean, there's really no snake trap or even really snake away. I mean, that's the truth. I'm sorry, folks, but you know, if you start with get rid of your rats, your mice, and your bugs, things snakes eat, you're going to see less snakes.
Gotcha.
So just
take away
start
the food
with that
source.
food. Yeah, it's a food chain. You know, take it away from them.
More importantly, and this is kind of a side issue here, is make sure if you have a Pier and Beam, you don't have leaks under the house, because a water source will actually draw insects and other things in.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, excessive water, excessive moisture, that's a conducive condition for any type of insect. Not only for insects, but, you know, if you got moisture under your house and your house has not been treated for termites, which is a whole nother topic, then you know, you definitely want to be careful.
Okay. All right, Jared Lundmark, I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we'll have much more on this story tonight on KLTV 7 News. For KLTV Web Extra, I'm Bob Hallmark.